Article 8 starts like this. All the religious confessions are equally free in front of the law. That's the beginning. This is known as the principle of secular. So the secular principle, principio laico. So it means basically the state is secular. It doesn't favour one religion or another. They're equally able to express themselves freely in front of the law. So the law must not favour one or another religion. But I have previously said there is a special relation with the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church has a very close link with the state historically, and very close to the culture of the Italian people, and geographically, of course, the Vatican is in Italy. So we can say that, the Catholic Church, the state pushes ethics, the Catholic ethics, in the Catholic school system. Often there's a crucifix on the wall of a public school, or the state recognises the weddings, the Catholic weddings. So there is a kind of closeness of the state and the Catholic Church, but that doesn't mean that the state isn't secular. It doesn't give favour to any religion when it comes to religious expression. Remember this, we talked about expressing who you are in Article 2, the inviolable rights are guaranteed and recognised by the Italian state. But this is necessary because religion is such a fundamental part of our identity. It's so close to who we are. For some people, for many people, not for everyone. For example, if I know a Muslim family in my road, maybe the first characteristic I say is they're a Muslim family, and we all have an idea of who they are and their values and what type of people they are. Not saying, that they don't have other particulars and personalities, etc. But we can identify so closely to religion. It's such an intricate part of some people. And people go to their deaths for religion. We've seen many religious wars. We've seen terrorists blowing themselves up. We've seen people go crazy and, not renouncing ever their religion under any torture. We saw in the Second World War the Jews persecuted. So we can say this religious identity releases a lot of passion because it's such an important part of many people's identity. So it needs a special place to say we can't touch this, it's sacred. Very important. Then it continues. The religious confessions, different to the Catholic, have a right to organise themselves according to their own statutes, as long as they don't contrast with the Italian judicial system. So we can see from this that it says, first of all, which are different from the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church is already organised, already present in our culture. Even the Vatican is really here, isn't it? And all the churches, it's already well established in our culture. Does it need this mention? But the other ones do need the mention because they're new and maybe they do things in a different way. and they need to build churches, places to pray, places to meet and discuss their religion. And they should be able to do that, should be able to organise themselves, as long as they don't contrast with the Italian law, because remember, the state is always the authority and sovereign, and has the monopoly of force. So no church can make a rule that is in contrast with an Italian law, which is the supreme power. And then it continues, their rapport with the state or their relationships with the state are regulated by law on the basis of agreements with the relative representatives. So like the Article 7, where you have the representatives or the relationships regulated with the Catholic Church and the state with these pacts, these Lateranense pacts. Also, other religions can, on the basis of law, be regulated with agreement with their representatives. So the state can negotiate with their representatives, make agreements to be regulated.